So coming to a Sea.Change course at the UKSA really helps to develop a number of key skills for our students, particularly those on this trip who are springboarders going to boarding school. Mostly about socialising, communicating, collaborating and living in close proximity to other people who potentially, when they first meet them, are complete strangers. So bringing a mixed group here, most of whom have never really met each other before, and throwing them into a situation where they're going to have to work together, live together, share rooms with strangers, that's a really powerful thing to develop key skills for their next stage in life.
Before we got on the ferry, I was actually really nervous because we saw everyone standing there and I was just like, my heart just started beating. I was too scared because I was like, oh, how am I? Well, I'm normally a social person, but I was just like, oh, I was just a bit nervous. But then on the ferry, I went up to a group of girls and then asked if I could play Uno with them, and then, yeah, we're friends now, so.
We've only been here for a couple of days and I've been absolutely amazed with some of the things that our young people have said. In fact, yesterday evening, one of my girls came up and said, "Miss, miss, 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 miss. I just can't believe that I've been able to do these things."
So I think the only fear I had coming here was the water stuff, even though I was very enthusiastic and ready to get involved. Yeah, so we first came here and then our first activity was just to jump in, which was a very big thing. And my one goal being here is to jump in.
I suppose for me the big standout story has been Aisha, who didn't know anybody when she came, and she was emailing me the night before saying she was really anxious and needed reassurance that I don't run trips that young people aren't going to enjoy, and that no one was going to force her to do anything she didn't want to do. And she's come down and she's thrown herself into everything despite her fear of water, made some close friendships, and you wouldn't know that she didn't know anyone before she came here. So that's probably the standout story for me this week.
It's my first time ever being on the water, so I was actually Mr. McIntosh knows how nervous I was. On the first day, I was actually so nervous. I didn't actually get into water. Everyone was so supportive, all the staff members, and they made me feel so welcome. They're so nice, and I was like, okay, that's actually nice. Let me actually go in there.
One thing that struck me at UKSA is the diversity of the role models that you have for our young people, and they really look up to them.
Before the Sea.Change programme, I had very little experience on the water. I hardly had any introduction, and the sea was a concept only really seen on television. But to be able to make the journey, travel down here with friends and with instructors who make everything such a comfortable experience, it's something incomparable.
I just want to thank UKSA for funding this opportunity for my young people, and it's a relationship that I hope we can keep developing. That will only be possible through donations to come and enjoy a marine adventure and get them enthusiastic about potential careers. Then you know where to go.